I was diagnosed with endometriosis when I was 19 years old. I had been, really the entire time that I'd been menstruating, which I actually menstruated pretty late, I would say. I did not start menstruating until I was 18 years old. So it was only a year after I had started menstruating, but my periods were heavy, incredibly painful, just excessive in every sense of the word. So those things sort of continued. And when I went back to school for um, fall semester, I had started menstruating and I didn't leave my bed for like 3 days, didn't shower, didn't really eat. I was throwing up, just had so much pain. I constantly had the heating pad on high. Um, it was, it was really difficult. And I finally saw a gynecologist. I got in for an appointment with her. I was on birth control at the time, but it didn't seem to really be helping. And we didn't really suspect endometriosis at that point. So eventually I saw a new gynecologist then that fall, and she kind of looked over my past records and asked some questions about how menstruation had been for me in recent years. And as I shared that information, she agreed that it would probably be best to, first of all, do an ultrasound, and she wanted to go right ahead with a laparoscopy to check on some of those things. So what we did first was a vaginal ultrasound, and it must have been decently severe because we were able to see some of the fluid and the tissue outside of my uterus, which then kind of confirmed, yes, we should do the laparoscopy. So we did the laparoscopy and they cauterized what they could. There wasn't actually an excessive amount, but the places that it was almost appeared that it was scar tissue from some of my other abdominal surgeries for other medical conditions. So that made it a little trickier. And at that time, I also had an IUD placed, and since then, I've been doing quite well, and it's been quite manageable for me. So I think that there are a lot of things to try. I think the most important thing for me, the life-changing thing for me, was finally seeing a doctor who was able to look at things kind of comprehensively and share what her thoughts were based on that, instead of just sharing thoughts based on what she does to all of her other patients or what she has done in the past. She was really open to trying new things, as long as I felt comfortable doing that. And I felt like we kind of were able to progress slowly with some of those treatments because of her character as a doctor, and I really appreciated that. So I feel like I've gotten exceptional care for my endometriosis, and it proves to be so because it's quite under control right now. So